Ladies and gentlemen, after the birth of her first planned child, Olivia Munn is back! This is for you! Look at all this! Hey.
Hey.
Well, you know, they didn't throw a big parade for me when I was gone for a week, so, you know.
Yeah? You wearing my Wonder Woman panties?
That's right. You are back.
Yeah.
Very glad to have you here, Olivia. Missed you very much.
It is great to be back, and I'm happy to break up that sausage fest that was going on.
No more.
No more. Welcome to Attack the Show, everybody. And yes, we are TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
We are live on March 25th and coming to you from the G4 studios here in Los Angeles.
On today's show, a lion attacks a woman. And around the net, you'll see a big kitty that didn't appreciate a piece of performance art and attack. It's very fulfilling and wholesome. Plus, in the Loop one-on-one, we talk with two-time Academy Award winner Kevin Spacey live about his new movie 21. Look, it is rare anyone with one Oscar talks to us, let alone two, so this is a big deal.
Yeah,
big
also in DV Tuesday, folks, our film expert Chris Gore reviews the new releases of The Mist and Adult Swim's Frisky Dingo to see if they're a buy, rent, or a pass. And then in Blog Watch, we're running down the best comedy blogs on the net. We'll take you inside Dead Frog and Something Awful. And we'll dissect what makes a good internet sketch.
All right, time for me to go back to the grind.
Do you remember how this works, or do you remember where we're going?
No.
Top 5 web items of the day. This is where we go around the net.
Oh.
It's around the net. Coming in at number 5, we have a chance. But we're also going to go into the Matrix to see things that we may have missed before.
Okay. To this day, The Matrix remains one of the most popular trilogies of all time, and a recut recently made its way onto the net that gives us a new interpretation of the Agent Smith and Neo rivalry, all set to the tune of Kool and the Gang's timeless Ladies' Night, which works in any reality.
Oh, what a night.
I'm going to be as forthcoming as I can be, Mr. Anderson. You're here because we need you. Mr. Anderson. I'm going to...
Oh, yes, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh, yes, it's ladies' night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
Oh, money shots.
That's supposed to be unsettling, but that song just makes me want to see more.
Not many people know this. Larry Wachowski actually did the recut after the alleged sexual reassignment surgery.
Yes.
You know, before that, he allegedly used some top stick tape on the taint and just did a little tuck back and a duck waddle.
Allegedly,
of course.
Allegedly.
I'm
And
just
now, allegedly, he's liberated. So is the Matrix.
So well done, everybody.
Well done. Do I look like a refugee? I'm very dark.
A little, yeah, a little bit.
I'm very dark.
Back from the Cancun spray tan?
No?
Okay.
Coming in at number 4, we're checking in with America's third finest source of fabricated information, the Onion News Network. They've got a new interview posted investigating a very serious issue, pollution in China.
China, the capitalist country that masquerades as communist, is a very proud nation. From hosting the Olympics to making those yellow ribbon bumper stickers that cover your car, China's riding high these days, and now the Chinese ambassador is even turning pollution into a positive.
A new UN study listed China as the world's #1 producer of air pollution. Joining us now from the Chinese embassy to discuss the study is Ambassador Shulan Ning. Thank you for being with us, Mr. Ambassador, today.
Thank you for having me. It is a very proud day for my country.
We're looking now at the skyline of ENunn, and you've called the smog levels there, sir, a grand symbol of Chinese supremacy.
Yes.
That looks really polluted.
Thank you. We have 16 of the world's 20 most air polluted cities. We have the most. Close to 1 million people will die of cancer in China this year. Cancer is a very modern disease.
In fact, the UN report called this figure startling and noteworthy.
It was very kind of them. At long last, the world cannot ignore our growing state.
It's a very modern disease.
I really can't wait to see what beach volleyball looks like in that smog, huh?
The athletes are going to have to take twice the schedule of steroids to overcome all the smog,
Yeah.
I think. But
Natural.
They'll do it.
Yeah,
They'll be fine.
you overcome.
Power
Olympian.
through. In at number 3 today is a behind-the-scenes video from a cover shoot for Desi Life, which is a Canadian magazine about Indian immigrants and their culture.
That's right. For a story on an ancient Indian form of martial arts, a local teacher was brought to a zoo to pose with some of the animals that inspire certain positions. Animals like lions.
For the sacred cow, Congress of. But instead of getting trained lions to sit in on the photo shoot, they just grabbed the angriest, hungriest-looking cat that they came across.
My name is Geetanjali Kolanad. I teach a martial art form from India called Kalari Payat. I'm going through the move of the first May Payatu. This part I don't remember at all.
Yeah! The kitty wanted second! He's going back for more.
So that's why you never hear about Indian martial arts. They all just get taken out by
Dude,
animals.
that line did what any of us would have done in that situation, you know?
What?
Period pounce. You get her. She's there. You gotta do it. Little menstrual mullet. No, come on. They can sense it. We can sense it.
Bears can sense it, not lions. In at number 2 is a terrifying training video from some sort of Christian clown academy.
Yeah, in this video, we learned that nursing homes are the best place for new recruits to learn the fine art of clowning. Mostly because the audience, well, they're not legally allowed to leave the building.
When you're ready to launch out into the unknown, possibly the best place to begin is in a nursing home or a care center for the elderly. The elderly really receive you quite well. I think it's because they already know how vulnerable they are. They're lonely and they long for touch. When you enter the nursing home, do not stand there with your group in a large cluster of clowns. Clowns can look rather intimidating if you see a lot of them in one place. You're going to have your heartstrings tugged as you hear their plaintive voices asking you to help them out of bed or into bed, or to take them outdoors, or to hand them something. The best rule of thumb is don't do it.
I love that. They may ask you to hose them off, or press the nurse button, or get their pills. Just ignore them. Let them suffer.
It's really creepy. I used to be afraid of clowns. I used to not be afraid. Now I am.
Why are you afraid now? Because don't get choked up over it. Let's talk about it. Let's work through this. Go ahead.
I choked on my dum-dum.
Oh, it happens. It happens. Yeah, no, the internet can make you scared of things like clowns. I can't even eat soft serve ice cream anymore. It just sort of happens. You go online once or twice, you open the wrong link, and there you go.
You guys didn't enjoy that link?
No,
I think most of you did.
They love the link.
Most of you did.
Homepaged. Finally, coming in today's #1 spot, it's Senator Hillary Clinton, everybody.
Yeah.
Let's get political. They love it when we get political.
This is very interesting. The senator got into a bit of hot water recently when she recounted a visit to Bosnia during her husband's term. Now, Hillary said she remembered landing under, quote, sniper fire.
Yeah, unfortunately, CBS News, which was accompanying Miss Clinton on that journey, remembered a little differently, and they had footage. So here we can see Hillary and Chelsea safely stepping off their plane into the loving arms of the Bosnian Welcoming Committee. Maybe, I don't know, maybe she was watching, like, Black Hawk Down on the way over, kind of nodded off thanks to taking half a soma, and then she comes to and goes, oh, we were under heavy sniper fire.
Yeah, that's her memory.
It happens. It could,
Look, I Well, no, when you think about it, that's good, but it might be just an exaggeration, and all politicians need to learn. You just can't get away with exaggerating these days. If you say or do something scandalous, we are going to find out eventually.
Well, and this is, speaking to that point, the internet actually just found another video of Hillary.
Yo soy la pequeña Hillary Clinton.
It's gonna be a good day. Bring it on, show me what you got. Where there's a will, there's a way you can tip the scale.
Vote for me.
You can spend all your time going off the rails. Behaving.
You know, Hillary does it for me now. Watching the way she works the staff, better than Bill. This is actually a video of a YouTube sensation called La Pequeña. He's a Chilean little person transvestite who's made somewhat of a name for herself, by impersonating South American models, and of course, by impersonating Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
And now, apparently,
His body is in better proportion, though. I will give him that.
Also impersonating Hillary Clinton. So I wonder if this will help Hillary win those working class votes in Pennsylvania.
Good luck, Hill. You missed It's Raining McCain. I'll have to show you that one later. To get your daily viral fix and sign up for the Around the Net podcast, go to g4tv.com/AroundTheNet.
And very excited to be back. You guys do not forget to catch tonight's 10 o'clock show. Tonight, we're featuring our new ATN After Hours.
No. Hold on. Actually, while you were gone, we started making out during the After Hours pitch, and everybody here really liked that. So if you wanted to just keep it going, I'd hate to break convention now when we got a good thing going.
What is wrong with you? That is
Come on! That is brotherly, sisterly love. Okay.
Something happens with the girl in a thong, blah, 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 tonight.
Right now, time for the only news you need to know. Here's Joel Gordon and Feed Headlines.
Suck it.
Thanks, guys. Here's what's coming up in the feed. First, Clear Channel is weighing in on the XM-Sirius merger and has some demands for the FCC. Plus, the Chinese government is pursuing people that took part in the Tibetan riots earlier this month, and they're using Yahoo to single them out. And the Weinstein Company responds to the Star Wars fanboys' protest. It's all coming your way in just a few minutes, but first, back to you guys.
What I'm saying is that we both have nuts. Coming up later, I'll talk card counting with Kevin Spacey live on the loop, one-on-one. Hopefully, we'll find out how to take Vegas for millions, like the cast of the new movie 21.
Plus, Clear Channel wants the FCC to start regulating satellite radio. We'll find out what you guys think about it in our virtual audience.
And Chris Gore joins us to review The Mist and Frisky Dingo on DV Tuesday. Find out if they're worth your free time right after this. It was an Almond Joy joke.
So, anything interesting happened while I was away?
Only one way to find out. Here's Joel Gordine and the only news that you need to know.
All right, let's do this. Clear Channel Communications disagrees with the Department of Justice ruling on the Sirius merger with XM. They think it creates an unfair monopoly, and they want the FCC to step in and put a stop to it. They filed a statement with the commission saying that a combined XM-Sirius will be unfair to regular radio stations because it can have exclusive relationships with content providers and would be able to feature edgier content than regular radio. Clear Channel wants the same restrictions regarding indecency enforced on satellite too. I guess Clear Channel doesn't realize that people pay for satellite radio. Google, Yahoo, and MySpace announced that they have formed the Open Social Foundation, which is a nonprofit group supporting Google's Open Social Initiative. The initiative is a universal standard for developer applications that can be used on social networking sites. The foundation would make sure that the initiative will have the funding to be around for as many years as possible. They also want to make sure that the initiative stays neutral and remains open source and community governed. The Beijing government has released photos of people taking part in this month's Tibetan riots, and they are asking for people to help capture them. The government got the photos from the Chinese version of Yahoo and MSN, and now critics are wondering if Yahoo is actively assisting the Chinese government in catching and punishing dissidents. A spokesperson for the Free Tibet campaign is calling for all Yahoo users to cancel their subscriptions. He says that Yahoo knows that once the protesters are captured, they won't have legal representation and could possibly be tortured or even executed. In other cheery news, bad news for shut-ins. The Netflix website suffered a major outage yesterday, and their 7.5 million customers will have to wait a little longer than usual for their rentals. The breakdown occurred around 7 a.m. Pacific time yesterday, and it wasn't fixed until 8 p.m. that evening. A company spokesperson apologized for the inconvenience and said the outage affected their distributors as well, so DVDs that would have been mailed out yesterday may not be sent until today. And finally, Star Wars fanboys got a response from the Weinstein Empire regarding their protests of the latest cut of the film Fanboys. Harvey and Company announced they will release 2 versions of the film on DVD, the original and the recut version. They're also considering releasing both of them theatrically. The film's about a group of hardcore fans who break into Skywalker Ranch to get a viewing of Episode 1. Fans were upset when the film was edited to remove the fact that they did this because one of them had cancer and wanted to go to Star Wars Mecca before he died. Not just because they were just crazy fans. Well, that's it for today, but don't worry, the feed doesn't stop here. Get all the news you need to know anytime, anywhere on your mobile phone. More info available at g4tv.com/mobile. I'm Joel Gordine, and you have just been fed.
Time for us to give the mic to you guys.
All right, let's see what happens when we fire up Stickcam and the old virtual audience. Entertain us! In the feed, we just told you that Clear Channel wants the FCC to regulate satellite radio the same way that it does the old broadcast waves. Let's start with Dustin. Do you listen to satellite radio?
No, my father does.
Your father does. Now, is there a reason you haven't jumped to the satellite bandwagon, or?
Well, I'm not against it, but I think it's just a little too pricey, if you ask me. Just to get the receiver and all.
I'm with you on that. We did get it for free from XM, so thank you.
We did?
I did.
Oh.
I did. Dustin?
You did.
Dustin, we'll try to get you one, maybe. Probably not. No, but even though, Dustin, you don't listen to it at all, but your dad does, do you think the government should regulate satellite radio?
No, because we pay to hear this entertainment. I think it should be uncut and uncensored, if you ask me.
I completely agree.
I completely agree with you, too.
And I think for all the hoopla about commercial-free radio, they should maybe stop airing 4,000 commercials on each one of the channels. They do on XM at least, yeah.
Oh, really? I haven't set up my XM at all.
Yeah. Well, when it's free, you don't tend to do it. When you pay for it monthly, you kind of hook the radio up.
All right. I actually have 2. I'll send one to you. Maybe one was
awesome.
for you.
That's very nice. Thanks.
All right. Later in the loop, we are talking with Kevin Spacey about his movie 21, about Vegas card counting. Now I'm going to ask Ryan. Ryan, if you could count cards, would you actually try to get away with it?
No, I don't think I would, because even though all the games are rigged and, you know, that the casinos get your money anyways and you want to get them back, it's still cheating, so.
But wait, Ryan, it's not technically cheating, right? I mean, yeah, the casinos don't like you to do it. They say it's illegal, but, I mean, of course, they frown upon it. They'll kick you out and you'll lose a testicle, but it's not really cheating if it's your skill, right? It's an ability that you have.
Yeah.
Hey, I guess if you're talented enough to get away with it.
So if you could practice it, Ryan, you're telling me you wouldn't do it?
Hey, you know what? To begin with, I don't know too much about casinos, but if I did, if I could learn how to count cards, say maybe.
But just so you know, Ryan, if you cheat and nobody catches you, it's okay.
It's totally okay.
It's totally okay.
Yeah, and it can really help your career, too, if the video leaks out.
Hey, you know, there you go.
Just letting you know. All right, thanks, Ryan. Finally, we're talking about Microsoft banning and, in some cases, actually relabeling users' gamer tags on Xbox Live who have been found guilty of cheating. Damien, how do you feel? I mean, we're talking about cheating in blackjack. That's one thing. What about cheating online where there is no skill? You just have to install something and maybe see through walls or be able to kill anybody instantly.
Well, I mean, it feels like a stupid thing to do on their part because they're asking these people to pay like $50 a month or whatever a year, and they can just change it like that, and then it's just, I think it's stupid personally.
Yeah, but Damien, if you're paying $50 a year to play on Xbox Live and someone else is cheating and ruining your experience, wouldn't you want them to be kicked off the service?
I mean, I would, but I just think that, like, somebody could have worked so hard to get every single achievement in every game, and that would just be the worst thing to get that all taken away.
Well, yeah, if they did it legitimately, that would totally suck, but if they cheated, they really deserve the boot, I think.
Now, Damien, is public shaming the way to go for Microsoft, or should they have gone in a different direction to combat online cheaters?
Well, I mean, I think they should have started like with at least a warning, and then they could have done something. They probably shouldn't have done shaming, but they probably should have like put something on their account that says, if you do this again, you'll be deleted. Not the changing gamer tags.
Yeah, a slap on the wrist is good, and then you go directly to shooting house pets. That's the acceleration. There's the ramp up.
There's no shame. It's just kill.
You kill. That's what you do. Many thanks to all of our guests today, though. Thank you, guys.
Virtual audience, your work here is done. And now that you're all filled up on news and opinion from the world at large, we've got some G4-centric headlines for you guys.
Hooray! But our work continues, folks. Still ahead, we're actually talking live with Kevin Spacey about his new movie, 21.
And in Blog Watch, we're running down the best comedy blogs on the net. We'll take you inside Dead Frog and something awful, which is actually wonderful. See you in a minute.
The Feed is brought to you by ITT, providing you a place to prepare for your digital future. For details about ITT Technical Institute, go to itt-tech.edu.
Get you.
Yeah, just a little ditty I farted out GarageBand.
Yeah?
No big deal.
Something, something. Hey, everybody, today's Blog Watch looks at comedy blogs, the intentionally funny blogs, to be more specific.
Few things in life are less funny than comedy after it's dissected, but these sites actually get it right, balancing content, chuckles and laughs, and information.
Comedy has taken the internet by storm. With sites like College Humor, Funny or Die, and the hundreds of sketch groups on YouTube, people have turned to the net for their comedy fix. But with all these choices, where do you go for the best laughs?
Shut up!
Deadfrog.com is your one-stop blog for all things funny. It features a stand-up comic database where you can watch videos and rate your favorites. Dead Frog is also a great place to get news from recent comedy fests, as well as peeks at great sketches like Human Giant's latest, T-Shirt Squad.
Holy look at that awesome T-shirt!
Another great site for laughs is Cracked.com. With a segment called A Week in D-Baggery, Cracked lists the 5 biggest D-bags of the week. From British students at number 5 to Starbucks coffee at number 1, Cracked hosts have no shame in calling out DBs.
And that's the douchebags.
Also taking a look back at internet video's roots, Cracked takes a moment to recognize the hilarity of watching someone walk straight into a glass window. But no list of comedy blogs is complete without SomethingAwful.com. Mocking the internet since 1999, Something Awful features pictures and writings that are sure to help numb the pain at work. With flash animations and drawings of robots mocking humans, Something Awful provides hours of amusement for their sarcastic at heart. With so much comedy on the net, you really have to be loyal to a few choice sites. So make sure to check out Dead Frog, Cracked, and Something Awful.
All right, everybody, today I'm attacking gadget technical problems, and we'll try to get to Kevin Spacey in just a minute, but for now...
Kevin? Spacey.
I think we might have him. Just take a breather, you guys. Meet me back here. I'm going in your pants to help a guy just as he's caught in a vicious cycle of casual sex.
Can you hear me?
We have Spacey. He's going to work on it. All right, we also have Chris Gore. He's here to review The Mist, Frisky Dingo, and Steve, an extreme skiing movie. You guys, stick around. We have Kevin. Kevin!
Attack This is brought to you by WWE. Don't miss WrestleMania 24 live on pay-per-view Sunday, March 30th.
$9.99. Call now. Thursday on X-Play, an exclusive sneak peek of Columbia Pictures 21.
Counting cards isn't illegal.
Blackjack 21 in theaters Friday.
¡Aida, por favor! ¡Ay! ¡Aida! ¡Aida! ¡Ah! ¡Que me da miedo!
movies and weren't able to get Kevin Spacey in the loop. But be sure to tune in this Thursday when we'll be joined by Kevin Spacey and Jeff Ma, the MIT student whose story is told in the film 21, opening in theaters this Friday. So we'll have something.
We'll have him. He'll be here.
Just not
He's here in
now.
spirit right now. You can feel Spacey in the room, right?
Yeah. I think
That's
you were
great.
scared.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm so dark.
You scared him away.
What is that? He ran off.
She got out of the bamboo cage. Right now, let's hear from you in the army of monitor heads with our video viewer mail.
Who do you think the Red Hulk is? I used to think it was Rick Jones, but obviously it's not. So you know who I'm going for now? Nick Fury.
Oh, Red Hulkin. For those who don't know, Red Hulk is actually like a well-spoken, gun-toting Crimson version of the iconic character that we actually don't know who he really is. That's the thing.
Well, according to the series writer, clues have been given since the first issue of Hulk.
Right.
Most people, thought it was Rick Jones. Rick was just attacked by Red Hulk and turned into the new abomination. So it can't be him. If you think about
My world has been torn apart.
But our experts.
Our experts think it might be Doc Samson.
Yeah.
We won't actually know the truth until the next issue. Either way, still not real.
No.
Since you're asking a question about a red-colored Hulk, though, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you might have a PS3, maybe?
Yeah.
If so, you might like to play Dark Sector. Well, guess what? You just won it.
That's right.
So congratulations, buddy.
And if you don't have a PS3, it's not my problem.
No, right.
Now, the game hits stores tomorrow, but you're getting yours today. In fact, everybody that gets their video viewer mail on the show this week gets a copy on us. So suck it, Santa.
Oh! To celebrate a return, Olivia would like to take Anna David and head straight in your pants. I'm speaking metaphorically, right?
Metaphorically.
Right.
Now, before I left, Anna stopped by so I could hear one last round of your stickiest relationship questions. And now, finally, you'll have some answers. Hope you didn't get anyone preggers while I was gone.
I didn't.
Anna David has ridden into town again to bless us all with her life-changing advice. You rode in.
I like to say I rode into town
Yes.
to dispense life-changing advice. I start most sentences like that.
Oh, well, then
People like it.
Then I
You
was
do.
right on. Okay, Anna, our first question comes from a commitment phobe who'd like to change his ways.
That's what he says.
As soon as I see the girl, I lose interest in her. Then I just move on to another, then I repeat the same cycle. I've been in love before, and I'd like to again, but this keeps happening. What should I do? Should I try and stay interested?
That's a good question. I think a lot of people go, they get bored really easily.
Yeah, I think that's a very common question, and I think it's brave of you to ask it because I do think it afflicts more men and women than people actually admit.
So what does he do? I mean, he obviously wants to be in love again.
Yes,
So.
I think that what it is first of all, try to slow down how quickly you're sleeping with the girls that you meet. Try really hard to get to know them before you get into that. And then the true test begins once you slept with them. And when you feel like running for the hills, instead stop and ask yourself what you're feeling. I think it's fear. And I think fear comes up as all kinds of things. Fear comes up as, I'm just not that into her. Fear comes up as, I'm bored. It comes up as all these things when really it is good old-fashioned fear. And what you need to do instead of running is just stay put and see. Force yourself if you have to and see what happens. And I think what that does is it just sort of conquers the pattern of, fleeing at the first sign of intimacy. And don't go with those easy girls anymore.
Yeah.
Go with a girl who's not going to give it up real easily. She's going to make it something of a challenge, and you can actually get to know her rather than just getting down and taking off.
Good advice. So
Thank
good
you.
I only had one word. Yeah. All right, now next question is it's from a dude who likes it when his girlfriend is all hands.
Hey, Anna and Olivia. I was wondering if it's weird to really be into your girlfriend masturbating.
Yeah, I think that it's great that you're turned on by your girlfriend sort of turning herself on. But if she thinks you're obsessed with it, then it's important to ask yourself, are you obsessed with it? Is it something that, you'd rather watch her do that than actually have sex with her? Is it something that you want her to do every day, every hour? Is it something you think about when you're doing that to yourself? I think these are all important questions. When it's anything having to do with sex, I think it's always important to ask, am I completely fetishizing this? And, this is like a running theme, but am I doing this to sort of prevent a more intimate interaction? Because your sex life, I don't mean to state the obvious, should include both you and your girlfriend. It shouldn't include, it shouldn't
he's
just
watching.
be... Yeah, and being a voyeur.
That's included.
Yeah, but he's not really actively participating.
Being
except,
lazy.
He's just like every man, lazy. But so I think that if it is something that you think, you know, you're doing to the exclusion of other things, or even not, even just because you're asking the question about it, try slowing that down, getting back to good old-fashioned sex.
All right. All right, well, thanks so much, Anna. Thanks for being here. And you guys, visit AnnaDavid.com. There you can find out all about Miss Anna David right here. And to get even more steamy sex advice, subscribe to the AOTS In Your Pants podcast. It is available anytime at g4tv.com/podcast.
Informative. Thank you, ladies. Now, if you love learning about new magazines and misdirection, then you will love Olivia's Rack.
That was inappropriate.
It's not about your breasts. It's about that was holding periodicals. Imaginary.
You're
It was
very
miming
heavy.
them.
Okay. Getting the rack started, Kevin Pereira, is Edge magazine, the best written magazine in gaming, has a cover story on the Indiana Jones Lego game, but the best read in here is a glimpse into the state of the Xbox 360. Now, by 2007, the console had sold 17.7 million units, but its sales numbers have dipped sharply in the past year. The Wii has been sold out everywhere, and the only place the 360 outsells the PS3 is in North America.
USA! 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 USA!
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Thank you.
Okay. Combined with Blu-ray's victory and the magazine, it suggests that these are ominous signs for Microsoft's console. When you think about it. Thankfully, they have their exclusive titles like Gears and Halo and the vast Xbox Live Arcade to keep them raking in the cash.
Yeah.
But
When Gears of War 2 comes out this year, they're going to be another surge in sales. I mean, it'll be just fine. But, I mean, it is true internationally. Not looking so good. Here in the States, at least.
USA!
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's a bunch of...
Now, this is something for the men and the ladies. I'm telling you, I was looking through it myself.
What do you
now,
got?
we're going from Xbox to the lovely ladies, specifically the
Regular box?
ladies of Men's Style Australia. Their summer issue features a pictorial with Heidi Klum.
Hello.
She's basically naked the entire time.
Yes,
you know,
she
Heidi
is.
Klum, you know the girl, the 35-year-old supermodel / Project Runway host / mother, the same one who makes $9 million a year and loves to eat blood sausage. The one who talks all the time about loving to be
I got a
naked
piece for her.
on set. She loves to be naked on set and has no problem with the entire crew looking at her.
Yes.
She's rich, she's fun, she's confident, and she loves sausage. She also looks unbelievable wearing nothing but a smile and a pair of Louboutin heels. I defy you to show me another hotter mother ever of 3 in history. In the history of mankind, no. You good?
Look at that.
It's amazing. You really are poking out.
What? No, oh.
I see a little. I've seen it.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
The same thing happened at the Panakuchen restaurant in Amsterdam.
Yeah, I did.
Finally, he likes pancakes. We have Gold Prospectors, the magazine for people who hate the idea of working, except, of course, for, you know, do I hold upside down? Oh. Except for holding, wait, something's sticking out. Of course, okay, so basically...
Tell me about the magazine.
They want to toil in the heat, okay? This is about searching for days at a time for a rock that may contain $60 worth of low-grade gold. The quest for the big score never stops, and in this issue, Chris Goldson tackles the Victorian goldfield in southeastern Australia, where many of the largest nuggets in the world have been found, including the 876-ounce Hand of God, which is sold for $1 million at the Golden Nugget Casino in Vegas. Now, this is one of the most plentiful gold reserves in the world. Chris didn't find anything.
Now, listen, I know it's fun to laugh at the silly cover and the hobby, but I got to tell you, I don't want to pander to the audience, but sifting through this magazine, it's a real rush.
I missed that.
I mean, there are just nuggets in here, let me tell you. That's all you're getting from Miss Munn's rack today, by the way. She'll show you it again sometime soon if you do all the chores. I mean it. Get them done. Don't go anywhere, though. It's DV Tuesday. Chris Gore reviews The Mist. Did it do justice to the classic Stephen King horror story? You're going to find out.
And speaking of horror and justice, you still have today's criminally stupid epic fail ahead. Good luck with that.
If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, ward life. If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, ward life.
Can you guys at home hear that music? Because I hear it in my head. Welcome back, everybody. Film expert Chris Gore is here to see if the latest DVD releases are worth a buy, rent, or pass. It's time for some DV Tuesday. All right, welcome back, Chris.
Thanks. I'm here, folks. I'm here.
Chris is wearing his hair different today. Kevin's pale. You are paler. I am darker.
I reflect light.
I look very dark next to you. All right, but you're here to talk about movies. So what do you have for us first?
Well, first we have The Mist. And I don't know if you saw this at the theater. It's Frank Darabont based on
I wanted to, but I just never got around to it.
This is a great horror film in the classic, almost like a great Twilight Zone episode. And in terms of like, you know, I don't know if you read the book.
No, but the book is based, it's the Stephen King book, right?
Right.
And the movie was based on that.
Well, all these people get stuck in this grocery store. There's creatures out there, monsters in the night. I mean, this is an incredibly scary movie. In fact, I would say that if you're afraid of spiders, if you're arachnophobic, which you might be, a lot of girls do not like spiders. There is a sequence here with spiders that's absolutely horrific.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just great special effects.
But I know
it
was directed by Frank Darabont, who directed my favorite movie of all time, Shawshank Redemption, and also The Green Mile. And so now he's doing this. Does he have the same feel from those movies, or?
Completely different. I mean, this is definitely more in the horror genre. And in terms of Stephen King and how it compares to the book, the ending to the movie is different than the book, but Stephen King even agrees that the ending to the movie is actually better than he wrote. Yeah.
That's interesting. So how does no, also wait, there's a version on this that's black and white for some reason. So what does that give you? I mean, it's the whole movie but in black and white.
Yeah, it's a double disc set, lots of special features, but what's interesting is Frank Darabont put on a director's cut that's in black and white, so it has that feel of like a 1950s or 60s sci-fi. Yeah, I mean, it's just, and it is loaded with extras, including...
How are the stunts in the movie?
Well, the effects are great. I mean, I happen to love it. And also, Darabont just has a way of building tension and suspense, and characters die that you don't think are going to die. And the ending is, it absolutely will just leave you floored.
So the bottom line?
Bottom line is, this is a buy, just because of the extras and all the good stuff. It's good to have one, you know, after a few weeks of some garbage.
Yeah, you haven't said bye in a while. Now, what's up next?
Frisky Dingo. Not for everybody. On Adult Swim, Frisky Dingo's not for everybody, except it's definitely for me. I mean, it's from the people who did, you know, C-Lab and all the crazy stuff.
It is C-Lab 2021, that's the same movie. Now, do you have to love C-Lab to love this movie?
Not necessarily. I mean, it's certainly in the same vein of humor, but I would say it's even more obscure because the character Killface is here to destroy the Earth. He's just going to destroy the Earth, and he has a marketing campaign. So he's working with his marketing department to do a direct mail campaign to the human race to let them know he's going to destroy the Earth. So he's dealing with his minions in the marketing department, which is hilarious. Anyone, you know, we've had to deal with marketing departments here at some point.
Yes, we have.
The most fun meetings I've ever had. Amazing. So Killface deals with these type of people. Funny as heck.
Well, okay, now Adult Swim, their DVDs usually have amazing features and extras on it. Does this one have the same?
That's what's a drag about this. All the Adult Swim stuff has had great features except for this disc. You know, there's nothing on it. Unless it's hidden like Metalocalypse, you had to kind of search around. Nothing on it at all.
That sucks. So your bottom line?
It's still a buy because it's so obscure. It's so obscure. It's so strange. And it's one of those things you can watch 6 times in a row and still be laughing.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Chris, and thanks for being here. You guys, visit filmthread.com for more movie info. Right now, let's go over to Mr. Pereira.
Hi. Attack of the Show is a cruel, cruel mistress. I mean, we know it. You should just accept it as well. 1 minute, we're enjoying the latest DVD releases, and the next, you're looking at a bunch of idiots scamming Del Taco in today's epic fail. Watch and learn, because these guys actually faced 7 years in prison for this.
I'm calling about an incident that happened earlier. I talked to the manager. I sent my son, Isaiah. When the food came back, I told them to take it back. They had no receipt, and the order contained sour cream, and I don't eat sour cream. And at the same time, our sodas were wrong. I had the 1 large fry, the extra large fry, and 7 tacos, regular tacos.
I'm making it right now. Security gets to the S with extra chicken, 7 tacos, and 2 regular drinks.
See what happens? Free drink. Go ahead, white noise. What do you think about it? Oh, it's the best, man.
Oh, we're douchebags. That all went down last week. That guy was actually a gang leader. He plea bargained for 30 days in jail with 3 years of probation.
Oh my God.
For some Del Taco.
Wow.
Thank you.
Look, if you do break the law, then put it on the internet, you're going to get busted, and you'll probably end up as our epic fail.
I bet he's going to be like, you know, what Jared is to Subway. He'll be that for Del Taco. He'll be like the roving spokesperson, making sure everybody's order is right.
That's awesome.
Probably
That's good
not.
money.
No, too many
like
cats.
the Spitzer girl. Making money off of crime. I love it.
Yeah, it's a different type of taco. Coming up tomorrow on an all-new Attack of the Show, we're taking you deep inside the Asian underground to preview some of the best and the most violent foreign films, including Legend of the Black Scorpion and Fatal Contact.
Plus, in Web Tools, we look at Friend Feed. It's an application that enables you to keep up to date, I see you, on web pages, photos, videos, and music your friends are sharing.
And then on Thursday, we review Canon's new $900 high-def mini-DV camcorder in Gadget Pro.
Everybody go to g4tv.com/AOTS for everything you saw today and more.
Stick around, folks. An all-new X-Play is up next. Our apologies to Kevin Spacey, and to you guys. We'll see you
Kevin Spacey,
later.
say sorry to us.
See ya.